As we all know, electric cars are not cheap. They've had to be sold with government rebates in order for them to be competitive against traditional gasoline-powered cars. But because EVs have been on the market for quite some time now, their prices are dropping.
Which leads us to this, the 2027 Chevrolet Bolt. This might just be the most important new vehicle or reintroduced vehicle for GM. Why? Well, because it's aimed at the people that have and need to stick to a budget. Let's start with the headline figures. This new Bolt produces 210 horsepower, it has a driving range of up to 422 kilometers, and it has a starting price that is $1 under $40,000 Canadian. So $39,999.
Okay, let's break it down a bit because it's not as cut and dry as I make it out to be. Starting off with the power. Yes, this 2027 Bolt gains 10 horsepower over the last iteration of the Bolt back in 2023. But it loses a bunch of torque. The old one produced 266 pound-feet. This new one is just 169 pound-feet.
That difference is noticeable. It doesn't matter whether you turn off the traction control or put it into sport mode, this new Bolt doesn't have the same wheel-spinning, neck-snapping acceleration as the old one did. The power delivery is gradual, even in the sport mode.
Does that matter? Not really. This car may have a sporty RS badge on it, but it's not meant to be sporty. It's a city runabout, and in cities, the power is perfectly fine. On highways, you'll need to step on the accelerator pedal a bit harder, but it'll get up to speed without any fuss. It's just missing that initial kick that the old one had.
What about the handling then? Well, again, it's not sporty, which is totally fine. The steering is light for city maneuverability, the suspension is soft to absorb bumps rather than resist body roll, and it has an overall relaxed driving demeanor.
Speaking of relaxing, this new Bolt EEV utilizes a modified version of the old Bolt EUV chassis rather than the standard Bolt EV that was once offered. That means it has a longer wheelbase, which improves the ride quality a little bit. It's by no means a luxury ride quality, but it's not going to throw your spine out of alignment either.
Now let's talk about the range. As I said at the start of the video, the 2027 Bolt is rated for up to 422 kilometers. However, like many other EVs, that all depends on your driving style, your climate control usage, the ambient temperature, and so many other factors, so you can squeeze more out of it or perhaps even less. But the big news story with this new 2027 Bolt is the faster charging speed.
55 kilowatts was the maximum charge speed of the old Bolt. This new one is about 3 times faster at 150 kilowatts. That means 10% to 80% in about 25 minutes instead of what felt like 25 hours with the old one. AC charging remains the same at 11.5 kilowatts.
Some energy can be recuperated through regenerative braking. However, the Chevy Bolt doesn't have different levels of regen braking like how Hyundai and Kia EVs have. But it does have a one-pedal mode, which is pretty good, and you can adjust the strength of that one-pedal mode. But Chevy got rid of one thing, the regen on-demand pedal that used to be right here on the steering wheel. But I'm not going to shed a tear over it because I never really used it when it was available in the old Bolts. On the inside, the 2027 Bolt got a little bit of a redesign with more space for smaller items. On the dashboard, front and center is an 11.3-inch infotainment touchscreen, and the driver gets an 11-inch display. Both of them look sharp and vivid even under direct sunlight. The infotainment system is Google-based and it's fairly easy to navigate around. But one thing that I found out is that I really need to press hard and be deliberate with my swipes, otherwise the screen doesn't register my touches. But at least I don't need to touch a screen to change the climate temperature or to turn on the heated seats. Chevrolet has given us physical buttons and knobs.
However, they could have given us a bit more padding in the seat cushions. After just 30 minutes of commuting, my butt would always start feeling numb. These seats are not great for long, daily commutes. It's also not the best quality interior. Visually, I think it looks good, but once you start touching the dashboard and the door panels, you realize that they're made out of hard plastic. Worse yet, the armrests on the center console and the door panels, they feel like they're made from granite. I guess this is the sacrifice for having a low price.
As for interior space, up there in the front seats, it's not an issue for my above average height of 6'4". In these back seats, sitting behind my tall driving position, I fit pretty okay. My knees are brushing up against the back of the front seat, but they don't feel squished at all, and my hair is brushing a little bit up against the headliner, but again, really not complaining. It is very spacious back here, and that's because, as I said earlier, this new Bolt is based on the old Bolt EUV, which means that it's longer and that extra space is most noticeable back here. Behind all of the seats, the 2027 Bolt has 458 liters of cargo space. Fold down those backrests and that number increases to 1,594 liters. But unlike other EVs, you won't find any cargo space underneath the hood.
As I mentioned at the start of the video, this 2027 Chevrolet Bolt starts at $39,999 Canadian. For that price, it gets a decent amount of standard convenience features, more so than the US spec. Here in Canada, it has standard heated front seats with an 8-way power driver's seat, a heated steering wheel, the 11.3-inch touchscreen with Google built in, a single zone automatic climate control, adaptive cruise control, power windows, power locks, keyless entry, and remote start. Adding packages such as the Technology and the Evo Tex package will add more convenience features such as leatherette upholstery, ventilated front seats, surround view cameras, a rear camera mirror, a wireless phone charging pad, automatic wipers, and ambient lighting. There's also the Super Cruise option, which allows for hands-free driving on most highways in the US and Canada. Add all of these packages up and the Chevy Bolt can easily end up costing around $48,000 Canadian. Still, that's not too bad, especially when you take into consideration the government rebates, if they are available in your area.
So after a hiatus of a few years, Chevrolet has taken the sensible hatchback and given it a tech makeover, faster charging speeds, and priced it so that normal working class people can actually afford it. In the meantime, if you would like to know more about this 2027 Chevrolet Bolt, I have a more detailed written review of it over on my website. You can find that link in the video description or click on the pop-up banner right up here. And as always, I will see you in the next car, truck, or most likely it'll be an SUV next time. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.